Box Productions.
We're so confused, we don't know where we came from. So we trying to grab on to any little piece of this here that we can have. And it's no longer about how much we can get, it's about how much I can get. And as long as I have a certain amount, no longer concerned with what the plight of the others. It's crazy when you hear people like Tupac speak on the subject and say things like, I know it's not going to happen in my lifetime, just like my mother didn't know it was going to happen in her lifetime. He was like, but somebody got to sacrifice. And then you look at the dudes we got now. You would think, even with their millions and all that, that somehow they have figured out how to enjoy the millions for 200 and plus years, the way they holding on to it. It's like, it's it's designer. What else is it? Luxury cars. You done took the trips. Ate the fine foods. It's just more of that, bro. It's nothing else new to experience. You done did it all. So, I mean, are you enjoying this experience that much that you don't understand? All y'all praise Pac, but y'all don't understand what he mean where he said, I'd rather die like a man than to live by a coward. Y'all just be rapping and talking. No real fiber. It's the other version is downloading. It's gonna download slower because we streaming right now. But I'm downloaded it in a lower version in 4K. So I know in the process I'm gonna lose my train of thought of what I was talking on. But it's a Google, because guess what? We not in class. This is not church. We don't have a syllabus or a curriculum or a doctrine. We just chopping it up, and this is how I know it look a lot different, and it's a lot going on, but this is just, remember, this is how it started. I used to read the questions a lot more, but now we just chop it up, top of the apex, back to you 420, you already know. Just tripping, looking at our environment, looking at our representation, looking at Kaepernick. I'm glad the events took place. I mean, God bless the soul of the dead, but I'm just glad that at a time like this, where we're dealing with something so serious and so crushing, that we can just, in our very recent history, refer to someone attempting to make a stand by taking a knee. And I'm just appalled at the fact that I've heard Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, Snoop Dogg, and others come out speaking about the knee that Collin Kaepernick, in a sense of it was inappropriately done. It was done without the right process in place. He should have had a team. You can't be a revolutionary without a plan. You're supposed to plan. Your boy Killer Mike Isha talking about, Mike Kial talking about, you got to plan, plot, strategize, beat him up in the head at the voter booth. Now, mind you, the process and everything we analyze when we talking about this subject is to just go back one day at a time and think of the spirit of the root of the issue. Put everybody in place that is saying he shoulda. Remember Snoop Dogg? He the same dude that dressed up like a Halloween costume gangbanger with Doja and walked down there to talk to the police. So I guess he should have decided whether he was going to be an activist or a rapper, like he told Colin Kaepernick. He told Colin Kaepernick, you got to do one or the other, make up your mind. You can't do both. Massa ain't going for that. He said this on brand new TV. On broadcast TV, television in front of the whole world, talking to Shannon Sharp. I didn't know he had a white wife at the time. It makes so much sense. It sounded so scared. He says that he couldn't do both. He needed to either choose to do one or the other. He needed a plan. That's what Snoop kept saying. He needed a plan. He needed a team. He's like, Kaepernick ain't no quarterback that go out there and just call the plays on his own. He got a team. He was trying to say it so eloquently. And they say all that. I'm going back one day at a time, y'all. Come with me. We're going back. What is this, 2020? We're going back to 2000, 1990, 1980, 1970, 1960, 1950. I don't know when it happened, but now we on the bus in Rosa Park taking a seat. She refused to get up. You got Snoop Dogg, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A., Talking about you ain't got no plan. You ain't got no plot. You ain't no revolutionary without a plan. You can't just jump out there without letting nobody. That's what Snoop said. He just jumped out there. He didn't let nobody know. They don't understand the concept of our struggle, of just being tired, fed up, knowing what you deserve, and refusing to accept anything less. That's the only energy that's going to get anything done. So how foolish do Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, and Snoopy Kitty Cattery sound telling Rosa Parks she's not a revolutionary because she didn't have a plan? It's not enough as an individual within yourself to take a stand. That's the problem, Snoopy Kitty Cattery. With all your influence, you definitely don't need a plan. Kaepernick wasn't even as influential as you, and he affected the world with just taking a knee. And you got the nerve to stand in judgment of him in front of a white man on television with your other coon brother with the white wife. And then you said something at the end toward the effect of, yeah, now you jump out there and, you said something you shouldn't have spoken on that you didn't really know nothing about. And you thought the community was behind you. And the community ain't behind you because we ain't even with that. Well, let me tell you something, bro. When you jumped out there as supposedly super Crip, like when I travel the world and people realize that I'm a Crip, your name often comes up in the conversation because what you told the world. And then you jumped out there as the Crip ambassador that everybody looks as to around the world as the representation and told the world that you were super gay cuz, #1 fan. Now you look stupid because the community don't support that. You out there on your own speaking on something that Crippin' don't support that, bro. You laid your Crippin' down right there. And Crippin' is also the community revolution in progress. If you do your history about revolutions, they involve violence always, every single time. So if you're no longer with the revolution, you definitely need to take the Crippin' off because the community don't support that. Yeah, we don't support you telling Kaepernick he got to do one or the other. It don't matter what your occupation is, what your position is as a black in America. Revolution is involved in anything you do at any given moment. You do not have to change your revolution, your occupation in order to be a revolutionary. How about standing up and making a stance and perhaps if you had any integrity following suit? You got a big influence as far as our people with the NFL, football league and all that. I got 3 boys went through your league. We ain't through with football. Football is that important? Of course, we're going to break it down to the financials. And if it's going to be an institution established in America, I see no reason why we should not have a portion of what it is, if not a dominant portion. But if you don't really realize, if we just take it back, we got to keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. That's the process around here now when we discuss these issues. It's the only way it's going to be clear to us what type of individuals we are dealing with if we take ourselves back in time and put the same people in the scenarios that once were. Remember Django the movie? Remember how they used to have the white men used to be in the house and had the black men fighting to the death for their entertainment? I'm just saying, we're in a fight, period. So there are going to be processes of the fight that are not lovely. Dirty job, somebody got to do it. I don't stand in judgment of anyone that needs or finds himself involved in the NFL because of the establishment it is and what it can provide and opportunity. However, those that are not in need, such as Snoop Dogg, it's time to take a stand. You should be through with them. Fun is that much important to you. It's just a game. It's just a game. But the consequence, Mr. 187 on the undercover cop, murder was the case they gave you. They murdering our brethren, decade in, decade out, since Natasha Harlan. I think Natasha Harlan was in Long Beach, wasn't she? I might be wrong, but something reminds me of that. You can be a rapper, gangbang Crip rapper, a gospel rapper, a Rasta rapper, country western rapper, sensual seduction rapper, a Martha Stewart type dude. But Kaepernick got to pick between and you could be a revolutionary. I remember you marching to go holler at the one time with Doja. But King Cap got to choose between revolution and football because football is sacred to you. Man, you was a clown on my mama, cuz. We reject your deposit. You is not no crip. The community revolution is in progress and you are not a part of it. You soft. Up there trying to appease Shannon Sharp, trying to sound intelligent, sounding ignorant as he's a Sambo sellout. We don't need none of that. Y'all can keep that. Oh, my mama. It's a new day around here. We ain't just co-signing everything that look like us.
On what he's doing, and if this is what he wants to do, he needs to leave football out of it and just do it full time, as far as my perspective. Let me not speak on something I'm not really aware of, because now I look bad when I say something that I'm representing positive, but the whole community is really mad at me now for saying something that I didn't even have no knowledge.
Mother knew that freedom wouldn't come in her lifetime, just like I know that it won't come in mine. But it's a matter of either we stay like this or somebody sacrifices. Somebody lay the track so we don't stay in a 360-degree deadly circle. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to break out and risk, losing everything and being poor and getting beat down. But somebody has to do something.
Next with Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.